Whoops, whoops, whoops. View on watch page. That might help, huh? All right. Oh, matter of fact, we are live, which is good. Let me just move this in here a bit. Move this. Let's move these boxes out of the way. And I think we're all set to go with little or no problem whatsoever. Hey, Dutch. All right, so let me just bring this up. There we go. Helen Adams, thank you so much for your super chat, because I was able to get a big bag of stuff, which you will see on a matter of fact, I got this. Oops, hold on. Let me get in here. I got this here. Oh, thank you, Larry. I got this nice little brush here that I really need for these two guys because they're so small. Now, we'll be covering what I got over on Painting 101 this week. You'll see that on Thursday. So, here's the deal. Now, as you can see, we've already done these two guys. These were the first two guys that we did last year, and we got so many requests to continue on. And since we're going to be playing this weekend with my daughter and her boyfriend, that we are going to start an entire campaign, I want to give them enough choices to pick different types of figures. Let's see. Awesome. I'd love to get my Gloomhaven painted someday. Looks great. Thank you, Jason. Doom and Gloom. Hey, y'all. Dragon Fire Beard. Oh, that's a different name. Cool, though. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, so anyways, let's get right down to it. Okay, so here's what we did. Now, you got to remember this is live, so you're going to hear dogs in the background. You're going to hear the TV and everything else. But most of all, it's here for you to watch. I may drift off the camera. Somebody just say something. Big Bang, how you doing, Mark? Good to see you. All right. We are going to take this all the way through, and I'm going to do this in probably an hour and 10 minutes, I think, that I can get both these figures completely done. And what we did was we already primed them a black, and then what I did is I took a little administrative gray and some black and mixed it together, and I made this very, very dark black. Dark gray, and then I just brushed over that. So here we go without further ado. So where we're at is where we're at. So the first thing I want to do is, well, I'm going to do this off the top of my head, kind of, because I'm not even going to look at a picture. I'm just going to use my imagination. And that's something that's really important, is to take something and use your imagination for a certain figure. And that's exactly what I think we are going to do. So the first thing I think we're going to do is, if I remember from the picture, and I'm going to do this as best as I could. Maybe I should go over the skin first, because I can always go over that. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So I changed my mind. I'm going to take this little beat up piece of paper, because you don't need much. This is damp. This is a damp, basically a damp piece of paper towel. I'm going to take, let's go with a Dawnstone. I think a Dawnstone would go nice. So Dawnstone is a very light gray. Let me just move a few things here. All right, there we go. And a Dawnstone is going to go over all the skin and basically the rock that this guy is. Now I'm going to use a little bit smaller brush, because I'm going to try to control what I'm doing, but I'm not too worried if I get all over the place. It's not going to matter, because in the end run, it's going to be fine. Let's just put it that way. And it's a dry brush, and we're just going to take our time with it. I'm actually going to go a little bit bigger brush, because I'm going to be painting over a lot of area anyways, so it's not really going to matter. So we're going to shake that up a little bit. We're going to get some of this Dawnstone on here, and all we're going to do is we are going to work it right off onto the damp piece of paper towel. Now I just really kind of want to get this off. I want to be careful what I do, and And as always, take the base and just see how you are. Because if you wanted to paint the thing, you would paint the thing. All right, let's make sure that let's get these guys out of the way. You saw these guys already, and we're going to get these guys done because we're going all out this weekend. It's on. All right, so what I want to do is I'm not too worried about too much here, but all I want to do is just take and just kind of dry brush over our friend here. I'm not worried about getting on anywhere on him, on his tail or anywhere else. I'm not too worried about it. And you're going to see what I mean when this eventually all comes together. So just using and just working and just kind of dry brushing the color onto this guy. And I'm going to just keep on working here. And you can see it's not going to look like much to begin with, but boy, it's going to come together pretty quickly. Why isn't the Netherlandish? What? Hello everyone. Anyone else here from the UK, or are you all from the USA? Okay, there we go. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm going over the entire figure very lightly. I'm not worried about how I go over it and how much coverage I get. All I'm worried about is the color scheme that I want for the creature's skin. And if I'm getting it on his clothing or on his belt, I'm not worried about that. That's not a thing that we're going to worry about, because in the long run, it's not going to matter. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Oops. And here we are going to go, I don't know if I should go a little lighter, but nah. Right now, no, I'm not. So we're going to dip our little brush in here again. We're going to fold over our napkin, and we're just going to work that in there. And again, taking most of it off, because we do have, he has like this hole in his chest of some sort, so we really don't want to cover that up. We don't want to fill that in. What did you do on the base for the Brute and the Spellweaver? The same thing that I'm going to do on this one coming up there, Daryl. So if you just stick with us, I will show you step by step, and we're going to build the bases exactly the same way. So here, this I want to be very, very careful with. All right, because I really don't, I just want to go lightly, and I'm going to check on the bottom here. All right, that's pretty good, because we're going to be going over that base. And I just lightly want to come over and just go very easy. Now look how I'm just doing this. I'm not worried about getting on his clothing or anything else. All I want to do is bring out his rocky body, or whatever he's made out of, because he looks like he's pretty much a rocky type of dude. Not Rocky from Philadelphia. I'm talking basically, you know, a golem of some sort. So all we're doing is just taking, we've already got that nice prime underneath, and then we have that dark gray that we made underneath, and we're just filling in here and just kind of making this work here together. But you're going to see, and we're not trying to get that middle there, because if you notice, he's got that hole in the chest, and we want to be very careful around that area. So you're going to want to be careful around that area as well. Hello, Rhonda. How are you? Glad you can make it. We've got a lot of painting to do this week. We're going to finish up our, actually it's already taped and in the can, and it will be shown on Thursday. Is it Thursday, or did I plan it for Friday? I think it was Friday for the rest of the Kingdom Death Monster. We've got this week. We've got also some Rising Sun that we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking a real good look at these clans and see, you know, a lot of people are getting discouraged because there's just so many colors and so much detail that beginners are kind of like, oh God, where do I send this out, and who do I send this out and pay them thousands of dollars to paint my Rising Sun? Well, no. I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're going to be able to do it yourself, and you're going to feel good about it when you're done too. Oh, look at that. See, that's kind of exactly what we want right there. Right there. Right there. All right, there we go. That's what we're trying to do here. All right. And we're going to be able to get this all done in an hour. Based and everything. Trust me. Sometimes you got to trust me. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't. All right, just getting that Dawnstone in there is key. So, now that we have that, we're going to clean off our brush. And we're going to take another piece of paper towel because that other one is completely gone. Now I'm going to do the other two guys, the two starter guys, and once we get going in the campaign and we have to switch over to another person, I will do more and more until we have the whole box done. So thankfully Jerry and Victoria will help me play this all the way through, and I think it's better played with 3 people, and it'll be a lot of fun instead of doing it by myself, which I've been kind of holding off. And then we're going to go into the sci-fi world, and then I also promised Victoria that we would finish Stuffed Fables, which is like one of her favorite games of all time. But there's something coming that I think she might like, and it's called Grim Forest. And we're going to be painting that too. So we got a lot of things going on. We are painting. A lot of painting videos. Our War and Pieces. Come on, I don't have to sell the channel. You guys knows what's going up. You guys know what's going on. All right, we're going to start with this one because I just feel better with this one. So, let's see. What do we got here? So, as you can see, we've got their skin kind of solidified. Lori, you need to get a hold of Leland. I'm glad I seen you. Hello. Hi, how are you? Leland, you need to get a hold of me at some point. Time zones are killing me especially with you, Leland. But you and I will work that out another time. Okay, so we are going to just... And it's not a bad thing. It's just we've got it. Him and I have so much to talk, and every time I call him, it's like 3 in the morning over there. All right, so we're gonna put a little water in there. There we go. That's all we want to do. All right, we're gonna put this guy aside for a second. All right, so here we go. His whole thing here is, I want to make sure I get this in video here. So just bear with me, folks. Okay, there we go. Is that we're going to take a blue and we're going to work it into this area here. All right, because he wears kind of like a blue outfit, I believe. But right now, whether he does or doesn't matter because I've already committed to it. So let's go. Let's go, right? So let's go here. And it's gonna be dark here, but that's okay because we're gonna lighten that up too, so don't you worry. We're on top of it. But we want to take care of that skin first, and that's why we're using a smaller brush here, and we're taking our time, and we are working through here. I'm not too worried about that. I want to get through here. And you're going to see where this all kind of comes together eventually. And there we go. I didn't go all the way with the skin yet because, well, I just felt that we were going to have to come back to this at some point. All right, here we go. All right, let's get that front end too. Because we're really going to make this guy shine. He's small and all. And this is the hardest part of these two models, is doing his body here. All right, there we go. But you're going to see how we're going to make that kind of shine for him, and how it's going to stand out. Even though it looks like junk right now, you have to have faith and you have to have vision, because it's all going to come together. You have to trust me on this. You really do. Leland, if you want to call me. Okay, there you go. Look at this. This is what I want. Communication between my two peoples. That's good. We're rolling. We've been very consistent with our videos. I'm very happy about that. I think you guys have been enjoying the content. We've been kind of all over the place. We kind of cover everything. We're not just a cult of the new here, you know. Just because it's new doesn't mean that it's going to be on this channel. It's when we get to it and when we want to see it. Now, sure, there's things that are hot that we want to play, but sometimes you can't get them. Like Legion. Everybody else has Legion right now. That's cool. And I know it's a hot game, but I'm not too interested in it, to be honest with you. But Miniature Market told me on the 10th, when I am in St. Louis, that they are going to give me a copy to paint for you guys. So I think that's going to be really cool, and I think if you guys have it or have a chance to get your hands on it, well, guess what? We're going to make sure that you guys see it painted here. But, you know, there's so many millions of people doing it right now. I don't like doing things when everybody else does. I do it when we get to it. All right, so there we go. This was a little hard. This takes a little while because you got to be careful and you don't want to go over all the other areas. But we're okay with that. We're okay with that. And you're going to see how this all comes together. Now, while that's drying, see, this is the thing that you try to do. You try to stay in a constant motion, complete motion at all times. And that's all we're trying to do here, is just keep going and going and going. So, what's next here? Well, oh, Bella, what are you barking at? Crying out loud. That's enough. Jeez, that dog a bark. Well, you can hear Bella's doing all right. So it has this little cloth here. I think I almost wanted to do it a red, just to give him some contrast and some color. But holy cow, this dog. But I'm thinking to stay in the gray frame and kind of maybe a Fenris gray. I think that wouldn't work that well. So basically, it's a hard call. It's a hard call. I think what we're going to do, Screamer Pink? Nah, that would just muck it up. So I think what I'm going to do, and what we're going to do, is we're going to just go over it anyways. Oh my God. I think we're going to go with a Baneblade Brown. I think that would be a nice play there. So let's see how that looks. And if we don't like it, you can always change it. That's the best thing about it. If you don't like something, change it. I think it's going to go good with the wash that I'm going to have to use over the armor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of just put this on here. Nice and easy. No worries. Just get it on there. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we put the wash on. How that'll go right over and really give it a nice look. Now I'm going to come over here, get underneath here, and I know exactly what we're going to do here because I think it'll look pretty good. So let's go here and let's just bring this out a little bit. Hopefully I'm in camera. If I'm not, I apologize. It's kind of hard to run a stream and see. If there's any questions, Leland, do me a favor, just highlight them and let me know. A lot of times you are talking to yourself. Gonna start painting right now too. Very nice. Well, got to go. Well, it was good seeing you, Mark. Okay. And there we go. And we're going to go in here. And we want to be pretty careful what we're doing here. So I'm going to cut in here. I'm going to cut in there. And just really just kind of work that in there. Okay, I like how that works. It'll work eventually. And you'll see once we put in there. I wish I could paint nearly as quick as Rob does. I have many minis that I would love to get to. It's kind of planning things out. I just made my foam core insert and turned out pretty nice. Very cool. I have Endure the Star. Yeah, I've got so many doggone games to paint. Rob, what do you rinse your brushes in? Water? Just water sometimes, but I also have brush cleaner. Sometimes I can get away with water for a little while because I am using acrylics, and then eventually, if I feel they start to get a little funny or they feel a little funny when I'm working with them, I will wash them just in brush wash. So there you go. Paint my Shadespire figures for me too while you're at it. Okay, well, which one should be painted? Which one should we do first? Should we do the rats? Or should we do the dwarves? Let me know. All right. Let's see. Here we go. So, let me think. What do I want to do here? Now, how do I want to... I want to bring... You see, you got to be really careful what you do here. Now, of course, Retribution Armor is the go-to, and I think that's the way we're going to go. And we're just going to put that right on our buddy here. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to let this dry just for a second, and because I want to stay in good consistency here, bouncing back and forth. Let me think here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with a Morphang Brown, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. Morphang Brown. We're going to bust that open. I'm going to move this over here so I can just pull the paint that I need when I need it. And there we go. And I'm just going to put a little there. There we go. So now here's what I want to do, because it's all about, at this point, a little bit of consistency. So I'm going to take care of these pouches right now. But I'm going to go back over these pouches because we just don't want them the way they have them. And there we go. And we're going to kind of come up through here. And now I'm going to tell you people something. And it's playing in the background, so give me a little bit of a break here. But, you know, the Queen does like The Bachelor. So let me tell you something. No, Victoria does too as well. So here's the thing. All right? This guy gets to go out with like 900 girls. But don't think that everything is for free here, okay? Because eventually they get him on a show where they all are in the same room together with this guy. And this guy, I wouldn't be in his shoes for all the money in the world. Because he's getting, it's almost like a WWE event where they are dropping an elbow on him every chance they got. All right, so there's the belt and some of the accessories. We want to make sure that we pointed that out. Let me see what else that we have here. Okay, nothing there that I want to play with. Great. All right, so we're going to let that belt dry. Now, it looks pretty ordinary right now, but don't worry. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Gloomhaven says Gregorius. Hello, Mel. Okay. Waiting for folklore. Hey, we're getting to Gloomhaven. We're going to do folklore very soon. Rob, do you use the box cover game pictures as a guide, or do you just wing it? I use the box covers. I really do. I use a lot of box covers. If I see art, it gives me some vision, and I enjoy that as an aspect of helping me get through. All right, so we are going to go with a Retribution Armor now. Now we're going to start really filling in the detail here. And we're 23 minutes in. I mean, oh my God, Bella. I never seen a dog that wants to star in a show so badly. Crying out loud. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go and we are going to fill this in. And all we want to do is just come over and just, this is not going to be the final color here, but it is going to help us kind of really bring out some of the things that we're looking for, because we don't want that gold to look very flat, and that's the whole point here. We want to be very deliberate in everything that we do here. So as you can see, I'm just being very deliberate in making sure that I get this retribution armor here on, because we're going to go over it some more. And you will see as this all fills in what my vision of this guy is. It might be different from yours, but it might give you also a good guide. And Gabby, if you don't stop licking my leg, I'm going to lose my mind. This dumb dog. I love this dog, though. It's just like, oh, Dad, you're on camera? Okay, no problem. Let me lick your leg. All right, now here, now we could mix this up with a little lead belcher, I think, and that would be kind of interesting. But then, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. Not with this guy. This guy, you know, isn't into interchanging his armor. So we want to fill in his side plate here. We want to be careful not to get it on his arm. So we're going to do that there. And next week, you know, I also got to see if the, you know, as a matter of fact, Jerry's going to be here Wednesday, I believe. So I'm going to let him pick from these figures because they'll be all painted on this table. And then if Jerry goes, well, I don't like any of these, I want to play maybe one of the two other ones. Well, number one, I'm probably going to kill him. But number two, I'll just paint the other figures for him. And then we'll be ready to go. And this Saturday, no, is it going to be this Saturday? I'm going to have to check with Victoria, see what the schedule is. But, oh, it's up to him. Okay. But probably this Saturday or you know, whatever we're planning on, we're going to play Gloomhaven and we're going to do it live, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're gonna try to do, you know, he can't come over every weekend. He could, he's allowed to, but if he wants to, we'll just do a thing every week and try to just keep developing our characters. And I think that'll be a lot of fun to see. Okay, I'm gonna look up and check the thing. My wife and I are painting the Grim Forest. It also has some nice big minis that are easy to paint and also a great time. Yeah, we're going to be doing that real soon. Bella's jealous of Cthulhu Kitty. Yeah, that's pretty much it. She wants to get in on it. Also, she feels good enough to try to take the limelight. Yeah, well, her barking never went away. Barking just scared the hell out of me. Sorry, Dan. Believe me, I'm painting. It scared the crap out of me. Alright, let's go in here. And we're just going to go over this. And again, this is just kind of a base coat if you really think about it in the madness of it all. That we are just kind of filling in here. And we're just getting what we want this guy to look like. We're doing all the base coats and then we're going to highlight out. And we're going to be able to do that today, and we're going to be able to get this guy right where we need to get him. And that's what's most important. And we're only 28 minutes in, so that's a pretty good thing. Actually, less than that. Let me see. 27 minutes in. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, and I've been painting like a madman, and it's been very enjoyable. I've set up here and I've just been taking care of a lot of things, trying to also do stuff for the channel, but also trying to get all that patron stuff done because there is just a mountain of it, and I'm cutting into it and I am giving it the old go and a half. That's for doggone sure, and we're doing a pretty good job of it, so I'm pretty happy with where we're at. And everybody getting what they need and deserve. So that's what's most important. And that's, I've gotten some beautiful letters from the stuff that people have already gotten. And I know some of you out there haven't gotten your stuff yet, but trust me, it's on its way. It is on its way. And when you get it, I just hope you drop me a line and let me know that you enjoy it. And that's the best thing that you can ever do for me. All right, there we go. All right, so doesn't look like much, but trust me, trust me, trust me. We're going to get there. 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 We are going to get there. We're going to darken that up. Yes, we are. Yes, 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 we are. So, what are we going to do here to bring out some of the gold here on this guy? Well, he has, it looks like he's holding a handle here, and we're going to make that handle, there we go. And then we're going to come back over here. He also has a nice bracelet that I kind of just want to go over and kind of hit. Let me make sure I'm in the camera, in the camera, in the camera. There we go. Gloomhaven's a great game, and people are really, really enjoying the experience. It's, you know, it really, the guy that did this, just, hey, I hope he comes out with some expansions and stuff and just really, really hits home here. Here, I'm going to just put a little bit right there. Let's break up some things there. All right, let me see if there's anything else I want to do. No? Okay, there. All right, so here we go. There we go. So, got the gold on there. We're going to let that sit there for a second. But while this is all drying, you're always constantly moving, constantly moving, constantly moving. If you got something drying on one part of the machine of the miniature, it doesn't mean you have to let the whole thing go. You know, it'll definitely come the other way. That's for sure. So, boy, do I want to take a risk and put a pink tail on this guy. I wonder if that's too much, or maybe I should just go something a little lighter, like a tannish tail on him. I think I may. Let's see how a tan tail looks on him. All right, maybe that'll work. I was gonna go pink tail, but I think it'd just be too much. All right, so here we go. We're gonna take this tail and we are going to. That's a good color for that tail. I'll tell you what, you know, that gives me an idea here. So I'm going to work this in here. Okay, so we just made his tail kind of a, oh, it's the color that we used for, we went with a Bane Blade Brown. I'm sorry, I got my headset on, so you got to forgive me. So we went with the Bane Blade Brown. I kind of like how that works. And there's a reason I did that. Because I think if we went pink, he would look too cartoonish, and that's something that I didn't want to do. I want him to have some strength here. So, and then we are going to, oh boy, that doesn't sound good for Ari. All right, so there. But here's the key. Inside his ear here, I want to just, I'm going to bring a little bit of that blade, and what that does is it gives him a little depth. Now all of a sudden his face is starting to come together by doing that, by just adding a little bit of inside his ear. It's going to work for us very, very well. All right, good, excellent. That's not bad. All right, we are constantly moving. Constantly moving. Now we probably could have gone with a Keslev flesh, which would have just been just as good, but I think we're going to highlight with that, so we're going to let that dry for a little bit. Now this we're going to have to be very careful with. Oh, okay, let's let that dry for a second, and we'll come do some of the hard stuff over here very shortly. Hey guys, just stopped by to say hi, but I can't stay. Unfortunately, I'll have to watch later. Well, that's why they're here, so you can watch later. Rob is on of the best tabletop gaming painter. He's fast, effective, and he doesn't waste time. Oh, thank you, Dave. I don't think I'm the best, but I do enjoy what I do. And when you love something and you love to show it to people, all I want is for people that, listen, I'm going to get picked apart by professionals, by people that do this for a living, or people that are very good at this. They will pick this apart all day long. But for people that don't paint at all, I like to think that I give them the strength to maybe just pick up a brush. And if you could pick up a brush and try it, you may like it, you may not. But you may also find out that you have a passion for something. And for me, I think that's very important. And if, okay, let me see if I got it. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to use that. But if I can help somebody find and help somebody be brave enough to do it, then I've done a fantastic job, and that's all I can ask for. Right? Can't ask more than that. You move one person, then you have moved the mountain. Alright, let me see if I can find what I'm looking for, because I put it away earlier and now I can't find it. No, that... ha 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 ha. We can go Agrath. That might be too harsh. A Reichland Flesh Shade would be nice too, but I think it might be too red. So, hey, mistakes are here to be made. So let's go with an Agrath Earth Shade. We're going to put a little wash. Now, normally we just go wash crazy a little bit. We can't do that here. We really can't. We have to stay very controlled, so I'm going to be using a smaller brush and just hitting certain areas. So first of all, let's shake this up a little bit, because we want this to dry pretty quickly, because we want to be able to get everything done and be able to highlight outwards very quickly and have this done by at least 6:15, I think. That's what I'm saying. So over the gold, I am going to put this wash. Let's see if it has a nice effect or not. And there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Getting those recesses, son. Come on now. That's what we want to do. And we don't want to go over the skin or anything like that. We don't want it to drip over anything. All we want to do is just get this on here nice and neat. And we're just going to work this in here, because we're going to highlight outwards. And this guy's going to get killed. Alright, so again, just moving it around. See how it's filling the recesses? Like, remember when I told you, I go, well, I'm not too sure about this color, but it's going to work. It's going to work because we are using it and we are moving this around and we are getting the result that we want. We're darkening up that gold, but not too much, because we're going to bring it back out again. But we got to let that dry for a bit. So, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Now, while that's drying, let's get back to our little mouse here. And you can see what's going on here. So if you guys are having any problems, I haven't painted in 25 years. Found Rob last year, and now I'm painting everything. That's great to hear. You see, I did my job. I got Gloomhaven and updated stuff, the rule book and campaign book. Very good. Ethan, how are you? Good to see you. All right, so next thing we want to do is we want to take a little lead belcher. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to take that virtually just straight out of the pot. We're not too worried. This is a pot that's almost dead, so I'm going to take that, and all I have to do is just move it right along this here. There we go. And on this side. Alright, and I can see where I missed something. Like I said, you're going to miss stuff. That's okay. That's why you have me. You just, it'll all come together. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. We all make mistakes. So we're going to come back with our Retribution armor for a second. And I saw a little spot I missed. See, nobody's perfect. That's why I do this live, because you get to see the mistakes and how you fix mistakes. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? We all make mistakes, and if you don't think you do, it's how you just come back from those mistakes. Say, oh geez, I forgot this little area. That's okay. Let me just pick up the brush and take care of it. There we go. All right. Now, I'm trying to think what to do inside his mouth. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. So I'm going to clear that off. And we're making great time. We're doing all right. Time for bed. Good night. Wow, geez, have I gone that long? Looking forward to seeing the final outcomes. Well, thank you, Darren, and thanks for showing up. And it's always a pleasure to have you here. Rob, we are playing Dungeon Saga in Spain, and we are digging it. It is a great game. I know you had some components missing, but did you dig it? Oh, I love that game. That is a great game. It's one of my favorite dungeon crawls of all time, to be honest with you. All right, so what do we got here? How do we want to go about this? Well, there's a couple different ways to do this. We could let that go, but no, we're not. So we're going to take a very, very, very small brush here, and we're going to do some very, very small dry brushing. And I do mean small. And we're going to take some Hoth blue, because I think that will sell enough. So let's go. Let's go. We're going to take it right out of the pot, as usual. And what are we going to do? Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. So now, all we're going to do is take and work this out. See how nice and light? But we want to be careful, because we really don't want this to smudge onto that blue, because it'll get kind of messy if it goes any other way. So, again, take the bottom of your base and make sure that you have as much as you want on there. Okay, so let me put down my little headset, and we want to be careful, because we don't want to hit too much of this guy, and we just kind of want to just work over the top, and just work over the top, work over the top, work over the top, and you can see that it's all lightening up a little bit. We can take a little bit off there and just really work that in, so we have some depth there. And that's really important, because what's going to happen next is really, really key here. Hold on, hold on. Let's go back to our Hoth blue a little bit. And you can see now all of a sudden he's starting to have some three-dimensional qualities, where you're not looking at him and going, oh no, well, you just threw some blue on there. And it's just the little things, just lightening and lightening and lightening. So it creates shadows, lights and shadows. I'm also off, got to get up early. Boy, everybody bailing on me. That's okay. I'm kidding. All of you, good night. Half of you are from another part of the world, for crying out loud. And I'm just thankful that you guys came in and decided to take a little look here. Thank you. All right, so now on the back here, let's watch what happens here. See how well that works? Now all of a sudden that the area here, and just taking and being very controlled, going over. Okay, see how controlled I am with the brush? And now all of a sudden he starts to have some form and some depth to that. And all it is just taking a dark color and making it lighter. And a small brush, making sure you're not getting it on the skin, and just working over and over and over, and being neat about it. As neat as you can be. This is fun, because watching the transformation is very, very rewarding when you get over here. Now, the most important thing is, if you have a lot less paint, it's better. I have only a few more minutes left at work. Then I have to drive. Don't paint and drive. Helen, you kill me. The most important thing here is having less paint is not a bad thing, because then you can really work your brush in, and then if you have too much, it's just going to be a blob, and that's not what we want. Remember, always test on the bottom. When you feel you have very little on here, you'll know, because only the corner will show. Only that corner will show, and that's what you want. All right, and I'm just working this brush in here. All right. Very nice, very nice. All right, so we also want to get some of those things there, so we're going to clean this off. Meanwhile, our golem is drying perfectly, right where we want him to be. And we're going to stay with this brush here. And we're going to take a dry brush, and that's a Sylvan bark. I'm going to take very little. It's kind of like, almost like a paste. Okay, and all I want to do is just get a little on here. Just a little bit on here. Just a little. Just a little. All right. Okay, so now I'm just going to work that in here. And then come over here and on, like these things here. Start to bring them out. Just go over them. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Go over. Okay, there we go. And just go nice and slow. There we go. And just clean off the brush a little bit more. Maybe take a little bit more. All right. And then all we're doing, very, very, very easily, and then just very lightly over, just a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. Not too bad. I wonder how this would go over the, and that's not bad. Put a little on the tail there, just to lighten that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, next thing we want to do is we're actually going to use this cup right here. And let me see if I have that paint available. I'm going to take a little bit, just a drop of foundation white. And just a drop. Just a drop. There we go. All right. And I'm going to take some administrative gray. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a touch. So I'm going to just stick it in here very nicely. I'm going to bring this over here. And then I'm just take some of that white. And I'm going to mix that up a little bit. I'm going to go for what I kind of want to see. Okay. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, right about there I think's good. Right about there. Then we're going to take it all off. We're going to take it all off. And that's what we do. We're going to take it all off. All right. Ronald, I just got your email and I saw you, and I have to be honest with you, it's my fault. It's just sitting there with a couple of big packages. There's about $400 worth of shipping I have to do, and with everything with Bella, I kind of put everything kind of off for a little bit. But I promise you I will get that out to you very shortly. It is sitting in a box with your name on it, as a matter of fact. But I promise you I will get that out to you, my friend. See, I'm a big enough man to admit that I make a mistake. Damn, I make more mistakes than you know. Alright, so we want to make sure that we have enough of this. Oh, let me just move this over here so you can see. Enough of this right here like this. And all we're going to do is just lightly hit our little rat here. And we want to go over some of his head area, some of his elbow, nice and easy, nothing too major, just to bring him out a little bit, especially in the back here. And watch how this all works. See, now all of a sudden, just easy. You can take a little bit more off if you have to. Over his hand, go easy, easy, over his feet, work all in through here. And you'll see where we're getting at with this guy. We want to make his hand in there. And there we go. And over the hand here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Gives him a little bit more depth, which we were hoping for. But we're gonna do a few things in here. So, do we got him where we want? Yes. It's kind of... Alright, there. There. Perfect, okay. Easy. Alright, so now the next thing that we want to do is we kind of want to take that same kind of color and work that in here a little bit again. Very easily though. Alright. Alright. I want to make sure, again, I don't want that. See, that's too much. That's too much. Alright. Alright, next thing I want to do here is just kind of very easy. This can get ruined very quickly. So the key to this is just knowing how much you have. You want less on your brush than you can imagine. And all you want to do is just hit some main areas here. There we go. Hit the higher points of his face, of his head, of his back of his head. Nice and easy. Less sometimes is more. Less is more. Always think that when you're doing this. If you see just a little bit coming off, you're doing fine. Just keep going. And there we go. Alright. And just in the joint there, in the joint there. Now, do you see what we're getting there? You see what we're getting there and how that all works together? Exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. Alright. Now this guy, same thing. Alright. So, next thing to do is how about some eyes? Now I'm almost thinking that I should put a nice dark wash on his skin. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Alright, the first thing I want to do is probably put in some eyes for both these guys. So, what's going to work on this guy? Well, on this guy, yellow would work perfectly. I really want to get painting, but it's too cold outside to spray primer. That happens. So, I have a nice... Look at the point on that brush. Okay, this is just a cheap brush that you get in a big grouping. You always keep the ones that just stay very nicely. So we're gonna make his eyes yellow because I think that would work best. So where do we go? We go right here, and we go in there, and we paint in a yellow eye. Maybe I don't like the yellow. No, I don't like the yellow. I'm going to change that up. I don't like the yellow. Doesn't make him look fierce enough. Let's change that to a corn red eye. I think that'll be better. We can mix it in with a little yellow. All right. So again, we're going to go in here. We're just going to take it straight up. And I want to make sure that you have a nice tight edge. So okay, I kind of like the red better. And we're going to give him a nice red eye. And I think that works a lot better. Much better. All right. Now for the big guy here. You have no idea how much 60 is. I only know the metric system. Oh. 60 is, oh God. It's cold, but not too cold. It's chilly. It's light jacket weather. Let's put it that way. All right. So in this eye, I think we're going to go green. And we're going to have green eyes for our boy here. There we go. All right. So we used a moot green for his eyes. And we used a corn red for his eyes. All right, we're going to let that dry for a little bit. Just a little bit. Now remember the gold here? How we darkened that all up? Now we got to bring it back up. So how do we go about doing that? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take an Ulrich Armor Gold, and what we're going to do is we're going to dry brush that over the top, so it's going to really stand out. So we're going to take some, and we are just going to work that out here. And all we're going to do here is just kind of nice and lightly go over the dark areas. So we're just going to kind of highlight over, just hitting the edges. So it gives that nice kind of shine, but it doesn't take out, we don't want to take out the, we don't want to take out the wash that we put in there. So we're going to take this, do this again. And I'm just taking a little bit off. Okay, so here we go. So over the knee here, kind of hit the high spot. Over this knee, hit the high spot. Now you see how that starts to come out a bit? Over here, watch this. Just not taking it all off, but just kind of just enough where it brings it out. Turning the brush sideways and working here, working over the front here, working over the back here. Just not taking that wash out, but just working there. And now all of a sudden you have that really metallic type of feel here. And that's what we're looking for. Okay. one more thing on this guy, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape, is we're going to go and take that dry wash, and we're going to just whoop. We're going to take the dry brush, which is, again, the Salvian bark. Killer Rabbit, what's up? I'm painting Killer Rabbit because I have talent, unlike that Poon guy, that Goon guy. PGTV. He's soaking up the rays at the beach today. Well, I'm here putting in the work. Okay, we're just going over the top there. See how we're just hitting the higher areas and just giving that a little bit more depth in there. Remember, everything is about shade and light. That's all it is. It's all about shade and light. All right, I'm happy with him. This guy, I'm not too happy with. All right, let's clear this off. I'm gonna be a little brave here, and I think I'm gonna go new oil over his skin, particularly. I think that'll really bring him out a little bit more. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's a risk, yes, but I think it's a risk that'll be worth it in the end. So I'm going to take a brush here, and all I'm going to do is get a little bit of wash on here. Make sure I got it good in here. And I'm going to start right on his leg and kind of work that in there. And kind of work it up into here. And work it back here. And then we get a little bit more, because his face is really going to sell this. So it's kind of important to just work that in there into the depth there. Yeah, that kind of works. I like that. I will like that a lot better. And now all of a sudden we have exactly what I was hoping for, a little bit more depth in his face. And we can bring that in there. We can bring that in there, and it brings out his hair on him a little bit more. Because for what it's worth, I mean, these are nice miniatures, but they are not incredibly detailed miniatures. So see how now all of a sudden he kind of comes together. Haven't seen Goon for a while. There's a new guy in town that's taken over. Oh, Play Games. That's right. I forgot he's Play Games now. Who can keep up with that kid? All right. So what time are we at? 6:02? Oh, no problem. We got this. We got this. So what's the next thing we do? While these are drying, we're gonna do a little work here. We're going to turn this over. We're going to take this out. And I'm going to show you guys a few things on how to base your model. First thing I'm going to do, put a whole caboodle of glue in here. There we go. That's good enough. Now you got to make sure that you have yourself a good glue brush, which I do, as you can see right there. And I'm going to take and I am going to glue. I'll put a whole bunch of glue here. And I don't care how I do it, as long as I get it on there. This glue brush is almost dead, but there we go. My world famous glue brush. Okay, so I'm going to go around here and just going to get this all glued in here. And we're going to come up a little higher here. We're going to go in between there. All right. Whoa, whoa. I'm a little glue happy. All right. And there we go. Then we're going to do the same thing here. And just going to go in between there. Just make sure that you kind of touch his feet, but don't. It's okay if you hit his feet. It kind of gives a little depth there. But the main thing is here is to just kind of see, while some of this paint is drying, you can actually do this at the same time. And yes, red. Well, I got your email, and you too. I'm sorry, I just saw his pop up just this second because on my computer, and I just addressed his. I haven't had a chance to return yours, so just again, like I just stated, there's quite a bit going on, and it'll get out. And yours is going to cost me about $140 to ship because it's so heavy. So we will get it out. Just got to give me a little bit of time. All right. So, as you can see, we have a nice, good base there. Now, what I do is I get this medium ballast. Okay? Really works out very, very well. Okay? Let me see. Is there another one out of the center of the guy? Shut up and sit. What? Okay, I'm missing something. Okay, well, anyways. So I just pour this into here. Okay? That's all I do. It's as simple as that. Okay? And then what I do is I take my boy in here, and I will take the back end of the brush and just kind of move it around. Move it around. And I will take and I will push this down. Make sure that it sits in the glue. And I run my finger along the edge. And there we go. That's part of it so far. So there we go. And we're going to do the same thing for our friend here. Just moving around. And just move it around, move it around, move it around. Okay, and then I just shake it off and do the same thing. Now when I spray the overcoat on this, I don't forget anybody, Redwell. I leave nobody behind. So, there we go. So now, all I do is, and I'll zoom out for this. Boop. Look at that. Waste not, want not. Boom. But are we done? No, no way. No way. No way. No way, because we also have flocking grass. Yes. And you can buy this at Hobby Lobby for $12.99. Of course, I had a 40% off coupon, which means I got it for virtually air. But let's be honest, nothing's for free. So, I usually like my clippers to put things on, so I'm going to use my other ones here. And I'll just take a little bit of this and do that. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to do.
You see me?
Close up the lid so you don't drop it all over yourself. And then what I'm going to do is just pick out certain areas. And I'm just going to go, oh yeah, that's a good area right in there. A jacuzzi. Okay. And maybe I'll just go back here a little bit. And then over here a little bit. Just kind of where I feel like putting it. Okay. Then I'll take some of my static grass and well, I'll just kind of just clump it in there. Move it around. I'll do the same thing here. And the same thing there. And just put a little bit over there as well. I want to cover up all the glue. As you see, it looks like he's going through a bush right now, but don't worry. He is. And I'll just kind of pick and how I want it to kind of sit out for him. And then I'll take the tip of my brush and just kind of stand it up a little bit. And move it around there. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with our friend here. And we're just going to take... I'm trying to do this. Usually you would let this dry a little bit, but I really wanted to kind of show you how I go about doing things. And kind of want to... I like that right there, right between that area there. Maybe we'll just work the whole front of this guy. A little static grass. Alright. And we'll put that in there. Alright. And again, pull up our little thing here. Alright. Massive weird console block. Okay, I missed it. Have a great evening, everybody. Goodbye, Helen. It was a shame to see you go. And then we're just going to do the same thing here. And then we are going to do the same thing here. And just work that in there. And then just take a little bit more and clump that in the back there. And just work that, and then just tap him out. And then use your brush if you want to, or even use your fingers if you have to. You could use a little bit and say, well, you know, I missed that spot right in there. I want to make that just a little bit higher. Let me move my finger here. Use your finger. I always use my finger around the bottom of the base. Make sure I'm even. Boom, boom. There we go. And then, what do we do? I'll tell you what we do. How long is the con for Yoda? What? Oh. Okay, put that back in. Seal that back up. And it's easy as that. It is easy as that. All right. Just take off enough. You take a look at your glue brush and you talk to it and you say, listen, is this still going to work? Yeah, it's going to be fine. All right. And honestly, we're almost there. What time is it? We got 3 minutes, and I bet you we can still get just a little bit more done. Okay, so let's take a look here. All right, so now, where is? Okay, so we're going to take that, and I think now that that wash is dry over him, I think I could possibly get away with maybe just a very, 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 very light dry brush. Or I just take, just the littlest bit of that. There we go. And we're going to work that into our brush. And then we're going to move this and come over here. And we're going to take that all off, I think. As much as we can. Anyone play Age of Sigmar here? Yes, I do. I do. And then, oops. Even though that's trying, let's just. Whoops. Just cleaning out the bottom here. All I want to do is just ease that in there. Very easy. Don't want to take too much away from it. But I can even go over that blue a little bit and bring that out a little bit more, because we did use that wash a little bit. There we go. And then work upwards. That kind of worked. There we go. And work that in here. All right. See how that came out? Boy, big bang left. What's the point of having the thing anymore? And just while I got a little bit on here, I can just take a little bit of that white and just work it over the top. And voila. All right. So, let me close out a few windows here. Hold on. Okay. Let's zoom in so you guys can see how everybody's come out so far. And I don't think those are bad. I don't think they're the greatest thing in the world, but I think they're good enough to get onto the board, don't you? Evening all. I heard some shout out for something. Okay. Ian, how are you? eBay would be good. Oh, great to see you. Thank you, Gaming Rules. Gaming Rules, you are the man, by the way. I'll tell you, this guy, I learned how to play a lot of games from him. He does such a great job. He really does. And if you guys are not supporters of the Gaming Rules channel, please go over and spend some time with him, because he does some wonderful videos. If you want to see probably the best tutorial on this game, I basically learned how to play from Gaming Rules. And they just did such a fantastic job explaining how to play this game. So here we go. We got the first 4 done. And now, you know, basically they can pick something out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is so easy to do. Pick up a brush. Express yourself. It doesn't matter what they look like. Put them to the table and live the adventure, because you put the time behind them. And that's the most important thing. And one of the best things of all time. So, like I said, you know, I can't thank you guys enough for watching and supporting the channel, as always. And again, go check out Gaming Rules. Really good guy. I got a chance to meet him over at Origins, and I got to thank him for oh God, what was the first game he ever did? We were having such a hard time with the rules, and he did such a great job with it. Oh, it was a Vlad game too. Oh, if I can only remember. And I bet you he took off without hearing me tell him that he really rules. Okay, so anyways, there you go. It's a lot of fun to paint this. It's a great joy. Oh, thanks, Rob. Appreciate the shout out. Just want to stop by and say hi. Yeah, again, thank you. And you do a wonderful job on your channel, and I can't thank you enough for stopping by. 4 down, 2 to go. Let's start adventuring this Saturday. We're going to have a fun. Now, we got Mimi here, so let's bring her over here. Come here, Mim. Just for a second. You don't have to come on camera. She doesn't have to go on camera. Now, if you had to be somebody, who you going to want to be out of these 4? You can come over here and take a look at them. So who is it going to be?
That one.
I knew it. Now they have another.
Or that one.
Or that one? Oh, jeez. Jeez. Where do you think Jerry's going to want to be? Or am I going to have to paint the last 2?
What are the last 2?
Last 2 is an elf girl.
Why didn't you paint that one?
Okay. Looks like we're going to have to do another Gloomhaven, and we're going to have to paint 2 more. Oh my God. I'll be at Origins again this year, working in the CGE room again. So if you're there, stop by again. I definitely will, my friend.
Jerry would want to be that one or that one.
Okay, cool. All right. We got 4 done. Maybe Wednesday we'll do another Gloomhaven if you guys want to see it. If you guys want to see me paint the last 2, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Again, everybody, thank you. Easy to do. Follow the instructions. We did it in less than an hour. Less than an hour. And we even based them too. Just to go the extra mile. Guys, you are the best. Thanks for watching. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. And I will see you guys soon.